So the other day when my daughter Savannah's in the middle of her Zoom class, she kind of like leaves the room and she goes, "Hey mom, do we have a pencil sharpener anywhere?" And I was like, "I don't think so. Like, why do you need a pencil?" She's like, "Yeah, my pencil, it's not working anymore. I've actually been sharpening it with scissors." This is her actual pencil she was using. And I was like, okay. Pretty sure you have like a million in your room, right? And she was like, "No, I can't find any of them." And I was like, "Of course." Like, Savannah's very messy and she loses a lot of stuff. So I was like, it's no problem. I go to the kitchen, I go to grab her pen, right? So I'm walking back to her room. Her cat, who likes no one in my house except for Savannah, by the way, is waiting for me. The second my little toe steps foot through her door, she just right in my toe. So I fall to the ground and I was like, fuck. Whole class hears me, so embarrassing. Anyways, don't care. So I go to give her the pen and she goes, "Mom, I can't use that. I can't use a pen because I don't want to mess up my notes." Y'all, look at her notes. Look at this paper. My daughter. So when I was 21 and right after I moved out to California, I got my first job interview and I was very excited, but I was trying to look professional and my nails were hideous, so I needed to get them done desperately day before the interview, okay? So I find this random nail salon by my house and I didn't have like a go-to salon at the time, but I was like, yeah, like let me just go there. I don't need anything crazy. So I go in and talk to the guy at the front and I was like, yeah, I just want some short acrylics with a neutral nail polish, no big deal. And he's like, yeah, okay, I'll help you out. So I follow him to the chair and he starts laying the acrylic and the beads, but guess what he didn't do? He did not smooth them out against the nail, y'all. So I'm watching the acrylic dry in chunky lumps, and I'm like, you know what? No, he's gonna fix it. Like he's gonna fix it with a drill or something. You can't just leave it like that. Guess what? He left it like that, and even had acrylic dry underneath. And while I'm staring at this man in anger and disbelief at the end, you know what he says to me? "I'm so sorry. I don't actually work here. I'm just helping out today." Yo!
Story time about the girl who was absolutely obsessed with me in high school. So it was my junior year in high school, and I'm just going to tell you guys the first story of how I knew that she was absolutely obsessed with me and wanted to be me. Well, I had been dating this guy for like a month, and I sent him nudes. Well, my nudes got spread around the school, and everybody knew they were mine until this one girl, and we're going to call her Addie, started saying that they were hers. I guess one of my friends was talking about it in class and they were like, "OMG, did you hear that her nudes got leaked?" AKA mine. And Addie was sitting at the same table and she said, "No, those are my nudes." And at first I thought this girl was just trying to be nice. I was like, oh, well, that's nice of her, Like maybe she's just trying to say that so that way nobody will bully me, I guess. Well, the one day I texted her about it. And I was like, "Hey, like, you don't have to do that. It's fine. I'll take responsibility for it. I did it." And she was like, "What are you talking about? Those are my nudes." Like for part 2.
It's behind my bed. I don't know what to do.
Gets a period, this video is for us. When I was in middle school, I really appreciated this teacher who would let the girls go to the bathroom whenever we wanted. And the guys would complain that they had to wait 20 minutes at least after lunch so that they could use the restroom. And the teacher would always remind them, you guys are boys and these are young ladies and they don't always have to just relieve themselves in the restroom. And I didn't even realize that was just basic human decency for people who have periods until I got to high school. When I was a junior in high school, I was sitting in class and I felt like I was bleeding. And so I told my teacher that I had to use the restroom. And he told me I couldn't go because it was the first 15 minutes of class. And I told him, it's an emergency. I really have to use the restroom. And he said, you should have thought about that at lunch. And because I'm not going to sit here and bleed through my pants, I was like, I'm menstruating really loud in front of the whole class. And he was shocked and so uncomfortable. He started doing that thing where he tries to laugh like, in all my 20 years of teaching, no one has ever told me that. And I just sat there and wondered how many girls before me had to sit in their own blood.
Okay, story time. If you're grossed out easily, stop watching right now. I don't want to hear it. You're mad at me if you watch this. The worst thing that's ever happened to me in my life happened this morning. As you all know, I drink smoothies for breakfast every morning because I'm losing weight. There's a lot of healthy stuff in it, like spinach and carrots and avocado and kale. And that's all I really had yesterday because I was a bit stressed out and I just didn't have an appetite. So I sleep until about 11 a.m. Charles gets home on his lunch and he gives me a gamer energy drink in bed. So I have like something caffeine in me to wake up. And within 15 minutes, I'm like, I have to poop. And, well, I sleep naked. So I take my naked self out of bed. I get up. I'm facing the toilet, about to sit down to take a poop, when I have the sudden urge to cough and clear my throat. as I do that, the equivalent of smoothie rockets out of my butt and slaps onto my tile bathroom floor. So I frantically sit down on the toilet. I'm still pooping, and I'm trying to clean up this disgusting poop on the floor when I grab it with a paper towel in my hands, like when you pick up dog poop, and I felt the warm poop and smelled it, and then I proceeded to vomit Gamer energy drink all over my arms, the paper towel I was using to clean up the poop, and all over the floor into my own poop. So I call for help. I call Charles for help so he can give me some Lysol and help me clean this up. He walks into the bathroom. He's eating his fucking lunch, and I am naked, sitting on the toilet with a pile of my own poop on the bathroom floor with orange energy drink dripping down my fucking arms. I've never seen him look so angry with me.
My daughter Savannah is the CEO of faking illness to get out of school. So when she does not feel like being there, she will go to the nurse's office and complain to them that she is really not feeling good so that they call me and I have to go get her. Well, one day after this happens, I walk into the administrative office and everybody is really concerned because Savannah is sitting in a chair like so dramatically like, hi, Mom. And like when I saw her, I burst out laughing. I was like, oh my God, are you okay? And everybody looked at me like I was some really bad mom. Like, oh my God, why aren't you more concerned? But as we were walking out, she was walking really slow and actually didn't look good. So even I was a little concerned. I was like, oh my God, honey, are you okay? Until we got to the car when Savannah looks at me and goes, you know what, Mom? I feel better now. And I was like, Savannah, are you serious? And she's like, Mom, do you maybe want to go to Starbucks and have like a girls' day? And I was like, honey, what kind of question is that? You know I do.
Man escapes prison after 15 years, then breaks into a house to look for money. He finds a couple in bed, orders the guy out of bed, and ties him to a chair. The escaped prisoner then ties the wife to the bed and jumps on top of her, and it looks like he kissed her, then gets up and goes to the bathroom and closes the door. While he's in the bathroom, the husband whispers over to his wife, hey, he's an escaped convict. Look at his clothes. He's probably spent a lot of time in jail and hasn't seen a woman in years. I saw the way he kissed your neck. If he wants anything, don't resist, don't complain, just go with it. Satisfy him no matter what. This guy is obviously dangerous, and if he gets angry, he'll kill us both. Be strong, honey, and I love you. His wife looks at him, smiles, and says, he wasn't kissing my neck. He was whispering in my ear. He told me that he likes men and thinks you're cute, and asked me where the Vaseline was. I told him it was in the bathroom. Be strong, honey, and I love you.
Storytime. So recently in my area there have been a few burglaries happening. The weird thing about it is that the person that was doing them was doing this really weird thing where they were putting bricks in people's washing machines after they've robbed them. Anyway, a couple of nights ago the police actually found the person that was doing these robberies dead in an alleyway. They didn't actually have his name until they found him dead, and they discovered that his name was Cal. Anyway, this has made a lot of my neighbours happy because, well, washing machines live longer with Cal gone. It's a British joke. If you're not British, you probably won't get it, but British humour!
So this kid walks in on his mom having an affair, and he hides in the closet undetected. Just then the door opens and his dad comes home. The mom shoves the lover in the closet with the boy unknowingly, and the kid says, man, it's dark in here. The guy says, all right, kid, what do you want? The kid says, well, I have a baseball I'm selling. He says, how much? The kid says, $250. The guy goes, hell no, that's too expensive. And he says, all right, I'll just go ask my dad if he wants to play catch. And the guy goes, fine, I'll buy it. So he buys the baseball and gets out. About a week later, same situation happens. The kid goes, man, it's dark in here. And the guy says, ugh, what are you selling this time? The kid says, my baseball glove for $750. And the guy goes, hell no, that's too expensive. And the guy says, all right, I'll just go ask my, okay, fine, I'll buy it, fine. He buys the glove and gets out. 2 days later, the dad asks his son if he wants to play baseball with him. He says, I can't, I sold my stuff. The dad goes, for how much? He said, $1,000. The dad, furious, says, you can't be scamming your friends like that. So he takes him to church to confess. The kid gets into the confession booth, waits for the priest, and goes, man, it's dark in here. And the priest says, you're in my closet now, kid.
So one day this guy comes in and he gets a steak and cheese footlong. So I ask him, any veggies for it? He says, can you cut it in half? So I'm like, okay, I'll do it at the end. And he replies with, no, I want it now. So I'm like, okay, I cut it. I finished the first half of his sandwich. Once we get to the second one, this man tells me he wants sweet peppers. So as I'm putting sweet peppers, he tries to yell at me saying, I don't want no sweet peppers. I said I want it on the side. So I'm like, okay, sir, so what do you want on it? He goes, you're gonna do it the way I want to do it. And I'm like, well, sir, I'm not gonna do it the way you want to do it. I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it. So what do you want on this sandwich? He goes, I'm leaving. I don't want this no more. So I'm like, bye. Okay, so whatever. He leaves. He pays for the sandwich. He ends up getting it. I go to the back. I start talking shit to my coworkers. I'm ready. I needed some Jesus. I want to fight him. But anyways, I don't. I just go back to work, right? I'm minding my
sugar daddy got me a Louis Vuitton purse for Christmas. And then last time I went to go get my nails done, the nail tech lady was like, oh, like, that's a really nice purse that you have. And I was like, oh, yeah, like, it was a Christmas gift for my friend. And she was like, oh, your friend has good taste. And I was like, yeah, he did a good job. And she was like, oh, he's a boy. And the girl next to me literally cackled.
Wait a minute. Yo, what are you eating?
Gummies.
Where did you get these?
In the pantry? Why are you acting so weird?
Do you know what these are? Oh my god.
Nick, wait, stop!
911, what's your emergency?
Hi, my little brother just ate a bunch of vitamin D gummies. He thought they were real gummies. What should we do?
Oh my god. Is he a fucking idiot?
I have a funny story for y'all, and I think you'll enjoy this one. I'm gonna sit up for this. So my mom is a doctor, and when she was in residency, she was working on the maternity ward, and she had this patient who just had horrible hemorrhoids, and there was nothing they could do. Nothing was working, and they didn't want to, lance them or whatever, or at least she didn't want them to. But then one of the old man doctors, in his 70s, comes over and goes, oh yeah, honey, just put a little sugar up her ass. Excuse me? Yeah, he said, put it right up there. It'll clear it right up in 2 seconds. So they did it. Wouldn't you know, hemorrhoids completely gone. And they're all standing around like, medical miracle. Look at this old school way to do this. The doctor goes, yeah. And not to mention, now she's got a sweet little ass.
Yo, bro, I cannot make this up. I can't make this up. Just walked out of school. Literally just walked out of school. I was in my class playing Kahoot. We all know what Kahoot is. We're playing Kahoot. And I'm sitting in the front of the class because everybody wants to sit in the back and they want to be by themselves. So I sit in the front. We stopped playing Kahoot and I noticed that we're on the 6th question and everybody got 0 points still. I look back, everybody's looking at me like this. I swear to God, that whole entire time we was playing, they was picking the same exact answers I was picking. So we all had 0 points for 6 rounds. Believe that?
That was a true story.
Do you believe that?
I tried to do a thirst trap. I don't know how to be hot, and I still don't know how to shave, and I'm 21 years old. So I did my 1-hour research of thirst traps on TikTok. Not sus at all. I don't have a chiseled jawline, neither do I have abs, but I have a pretty face. And I have really cool outfits. First of all, some rules. I will not do this like God, no, snake tongue, do not. Without this and this. You can probably understand why I'm not using those.
Desperado, sitting in a a man inside is hollow.
Wow, I was kinda hot. That was certainly something. We'll not repeat that ever again.
I was in Peru 2 summers ago. I was there with a group of friends, and one of my friends, Drew, really wanted to try ayahuasca. If you don't know what ayahuasca is, it's a Peruvian psychedelic root that has DMT in it, and DMT is the same chemical that our brains produce when we die. And Drew was like, isn't that so cool, you guys? And I was like, okay, call me a square, but to me, the sensation of death feels like it should be a one-time thing. So Drew explained in order to get the ayahuasca, we'd hike 3 hours into the Amazon rainforest, where we'd meet a shaman who would be our spiritual guide on our psychedelic trip. And I'm a logistics girl. I like to plan. So I was like, okay, does the shaman have an iPhone? Can he drop a pin? Because I'm not about to aimlessly hike through the rainforest. Haven't you seen the movie Anaconda? That movie took place in the Amazon. Can you imagine tripping on ayahuasca and being like, is it the drugs that are making me feel like I'm about to die? Or is it the 30-foot snake next to me? I'm not trying to have an out-of-body experience inside the body of an anaconda.
My parents left me to clean all the strawberries. Why? Because they want to make a jam. And now I have this fucking bucket with me. Do you see this? They want to make a jam. Who'll clean them? Miroslav. I put my hand into it and what I find? I found a fucking thousands of bugs. A bug. That's a living thing that... Because for some reason when my father was picking up these strawberries, he couldn't properly digest in his head, oh, this is a strawberry, this is a bug. I will take both of them because they look like strawberries. No.
Guys, I bought this fake grill and I just put the wax in the shape within my teeth. And the wax hardened. And it stuck in my teeth. I literally cannot get these off. I don't know what to do.